Nada.
No importar los horrores que encuentres en la oscuridad, ten valor y sigue adelante. No hay finales prematuros, no hay decisiones equivocadas, solo hay perspectivas novedosas y comienzos nuevos. Esta es una historia de amor. ¿Jalan o no jalan?
Ni siquiera sé de qué trata.
Es historia de amor con...
No.
¿Quieres?
Hombre. Buscar. No,
la que le gustaba a Hiki en la primaria.
Dios mío.
La...
Claro, la que... ¿No?
Qué chido.
Sí, justo.
Ok.
Compadre, ayúdame, solo fuimos amigos y ya.
Esto va a estar bien chistoso porque con nosotros nos vamos a hacer pura mamá.
Vamos a matar a una princesa, ¿qué les parece?
Y me va a terminar dando miedo el juego.
Hola tonotos. Para el video de hoy, Tutorian pensó que sería buena idea jugar una novela gráfica de terror. Como si ese juego no tuviera suficientes voces, le añadiremos la de nuestros queridos Nuggets. Así que se tomarán turnos para aniquilar princesas. Esta es la parte 1. Y como seguimos sin audiencia, veremos si le va bien para sacar parte 2.
Vamos, nueva partida.
El héroe y la princesa.
On a path in the woods,
Bueno, ahí dicen.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Estamos aquí para matarlas, no va a ser el fin del mundo. Vamos a ver. Denme respuestas.
La reflexiva, la segunda.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste
Referencia a Jujutsu Kaisen.
how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led
¿A Torres le gustarán los femboys porque parecen mujeres o le gustarán las mujeres porque parecen femboys?
There is
Olvídalo, no pienso hacerlo.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Ajá, esa.
Ok.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Perfecto.
But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the
Tengo
more you listen
curiosidad.
to her,
Vamos.
you make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The air is stale and musty. and the
Rancio.
floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of
La
dust.
casa de
The
todos.
only furniture of
Repito,
note
la
is
casa
a
de
plain
Tengo
todos.
idea
wooden
de
table.
las cuevas.
Perched on that table is a pristine
La
blade.
Torres.
¿Se acuerdan de la fresa cueva?
Sí.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Entonces, ¿agarramos la daga o no?
Neta,
¿Quién
Agárrala, no te voy a hacer algo a la
Le
princesa.
toca a
Y...
Mendoza. Mendoza decide si agarramos
Ah,
la
no.
daga o no.
Tomar la daga.
Ya valió madre. Ok.
You take the blade from the
Tenemos la
table.
daga.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Hay que ser inteligentes.
Revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an
Sí que sabes lo
oppressive
que tienes
place.
que hacer.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Que hay una vocecita.
Who's there?
¿Quién anda?
Nadie.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continuar bajando las escaleras, ponle a ver.
En silencio, no le decimos nada ni nada.
No tiene.
Yo siento que Hiki es sicario.
Yo también.
Listening to reason.
Bien, todavía era irracional. ¿Okay? Entonces Hiki escogió el camino del
You walk
sicario.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Aún no lo decido.
Okay. Ah, pensé que tú lo decías. Ok.
How about we drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
No le hagas caso, ¿qué te pasa? No
toca
seas
muy
gay.
verdad.
She's being
No, a chingazo, a tomarla con más fuerza.
Ay, güey. Ay, güey.
trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Los voy a matar.
You
Pim.
poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
Porque deberías. Oh my god.
Y esto se está poniendo más turbio.
Se está revelando.
You step forward, your
Exacto.
grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
No,
So,
este que
you should
Qué miedo.
just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Es el
Soy
verdadero
capaz.
especial de Halloween.
Bro, what the hell? Oh my god.
She's unarmed.
Hush mama in the writing mother DJ shift. Oh my
Nos
god.
está troleando. Mejor no.
la última. Ya.
No manches. No manches, Hiki, no manches.
Hiki se volvió sicario de golpe.
Chinga su madre.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Que no,
Ah.
Hiki.
It
¿Sí la dañamos?
with a sledgehammer.
Ah, pero ve.
You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Hiki si fuera sicario.
No,
Ay,
nada,
sí.
es que
Es que era
queríamos
feo,
ver a
güey.
peor. Vamos
Era
a ver.
feo. Por eso estaba en la Torres Cueva.
Holy shit, that hurts!
¿Ves?
She's unarmed. The shock of that first
Ay,
strike is enough
Ya
to
se me
stab
cayó
you.
algo, cara.
Putting your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Ay, güey. Ay, güey. Terminar el trabajo, qué miedo, pero ok.
Dale, vale.
Joaquín.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me?
¿Eh?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Qué curioso lugar donde se está el cuchillo.
Oh,
Es verdad.
Ah, no está en la chichi todavía.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Bra. Esta era la historia de Torres contra el Fémur.
this was fun.
Pobres besudos. La última
¿Ambos se mataron,
batalla
compadre?
final.
¿Eh?
¿Ambos se mataron?
Cuando se mató el Kiki, tú decidiste esto.
Torres versus AMP3.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, Do you really think this is the end?
You
Miedo.
don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ok.
Vamos.
Qué oscuro final.
Capítulo 2. La
No.
adversaria.
Es como esas películas que de fuerzas quieren hacer
At the
un,
end of that path is a cabin,
una secuela.
and you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the
Se
world.
está repitiendo. La antepenúltima.
¿Esta?
No.
¿Esta?
Ajá.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Y así
You know I can
desbloqueamos
hear
el
you, right?
esquizofrénico.
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Hemos desbloqueado la esquizofrenia, chaval.
That's the spirit.
Oh
There's no
my
point in
God.
squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
A ver, la primera. Ah, es que pues ya ir a la cabaña. De todos modos, pues a ver. ¿Qué?
Ok. Le
A
vale mucho.
warning before you
De
go.
manas flojo.
She will lie. She will. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Porque nada más es
Ella
una.
quiere pinga, pinga,
The
pinga.
cabin
Yo
is
le voy a
tighter
dar.
than its exterior would suggest.
What
Its
the
cold
fuck? Ya
stone
te lo
walls
cambió
press in
la
on
cabaña.
you, as if trying to forcefully.
Que se acerca al espejo.
A ver.
Ok.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Ah, pues tomar la daga.
Ya está pegando los sicarios aquí, ¿verdad?
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess.
Y ahora sigue Hiki. Lo que vayamos a hacer abajo lo va a decidir.
The door to the basement
No me
creaks
preocupo un
open,
chingo.
revealing a rough stone staircase.
Que hizo
Dios,
un
Pressing your sides as
Cambió
tightly
todo,
as you
cambió
descend.
raro.
The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive,
Todo piedroso.
with an almost
La
sulfuric
torre
odor to
cueva
it.
se volvió la
If the
presa
princess
cueva.
lives here, slaying her
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Ok.
Bro, what the hell? Era Torres.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes down, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Es
Lo
una
bueno que no
ninfa
está
como
Torres,
tú,
porque si
Santiago.
no las barbaridades que hubiera dicho ahorita.
Es una ninfa como tú, Santiago.
No,
What?
te papearon, ahora sí te
Oh, it's
papearon
you
bien feo.
again. I've been hoping to find a way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Torres hubiera dicho tantas barbaridades que tendríamos que haber pateado para que se
And
saliera
you
el
brought
disco.
your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Te toca
A ver.
que procede, man.
Publicitario.
¿Esta?
Esa, a ver. No, la otra.
¿Esta?
La de abajo, la larga.
Ándale, es la larga, como dice Eri. Esa.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
No,
said it
es
better
una
myself.
condena.
Ni yo podría verlo
Un escrito tan bien.
All right, fine. I believe what? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously.
Ok, el narrador está manejando bien la
Whatever
situación.
brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Ok, esto se está poniendo
Por
interesante.
suerte, mira.
Lo de casi todo lo que acabas de decir es cierto. La penúltima, esa.
I know. You and the princess have been talking about it. You don't have to be so snarky.
La segunda.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
Lo hice como si fuera
No.
así, pero no.
¡Qué miedo!
She wants to
Fueron los
fight us
mejores
again.
3
There's no
minutos de
reason
mi
for us
vida.
to stand around talking.
Kiki, te mató a centones. No, no es cierto.
No. No, nada.
Bueno, Kiki, responde entonces, ¿qué hacemos?
A ver la tercera.
No, pero...
No, la segunda. La segunda. No, la primera. No, la primera de hasta arriba.
Creo que no querer tomar...
You look exactly the same.
La segunda.
Ok.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time. If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
No, nada.
Mendoza. No duró 3 minutos.
Miedo. Ahí lo mataron a centones. Los mejores 3 minutos de su vida, chavos.
Se murió genuinamente. La mató.
Los mejores 3 minutos de su vida.
Mendoza tomó otra decisión. Ahorita la está viviendo. Espérenlo. Ahorita regresa.
Papu, tienes una videollamada. Contesta, papu.
Acércate.
Ok.
Estás loco, Hiki.
Blade held tight in your hand, you take a cautious step towards the princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was. Why do you sound
caray.
so scared? We can take her.
Bro,
Well,
si no
what
hubiera
do you want?
contexto.
Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Más para abajo.
¿Qué pasó después de que moriste?
I woke up, didn't you?
En su cara.
¿Esta?
Espera. Ay, ya. Sí, Dale, ¿no te interesa saber quién eres? ¿Qué eres?
Ugh, I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing. But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions. It's like you don't even want to enjoy being alive.
I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
El sótano es diferente.
Ya sé que no quieren tomar acciones.
I like it. It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
¿Está?
Sí.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real.
¿Y qué pedo? Porque tiene corazoncitos en sus ojos.
What's real is when my flesh splits open.
Será
What's real
el
is
vuelo
when
de
you keep me
Torres.
up until your legs can't hold you.
Ah. Ok.
Ok.
What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying.
Ok.
That is the only thing I'm interested in.
Esa.
The world? If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet. Why would I care about ending something I've never seen?
La segunda. Porque la tercera va a decir lo mismo, de que no le importa.
We don't, because I know why we're here. We're here to kill each other.
We're here to kill each other? It sounds like she doesn't care if she dies here. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. How boring. I'm not interested in
Chanclas.
letting you try and outwit her. I'm interested in overpowering her. We shouldn't need to use any dirty little tricks to win.
Esa.
Who cares what people want? I know what I am. I've found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Ay, Dios, esto cada vez está volviendo más complicado. No me gustaría, pero la segunda, compadre, ya de una vez.
Ahora atacamos.
Todo o nada.
¿Ya?
Ujú.
Perfecto.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
No
She
mames.
almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Me jugar a máquina de dinero fue yo no fui, fue te pegaré que ella fue quinto taza de café y una rebanada de pastel. La atacar su corazón directamente. Ah, qué miedo.
If that's your plan, then
Ok.
that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her
Recontracha.
guard.
Su cara.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Decide, Hiki. La seguimos.
La segunda, la segunda.
La segunda. Ok.
¿Tú qué dices,
Back on the
compadre?
blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison.
Te va a dar una
But as you tug the
patada.
blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee.
Era mejor seguir empujando.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. but you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward.
How disappointing.
Shit.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
¿Otra vez?
Capítulo 3. El ojo del lago. Bravo.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive.
Bloqueamos nueva esquizofrenia.
Bro.
So,
La que dijiste primero.
¿Cuál? Esta.
Sí, esa.
it's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
La segunda. Esa.
It
Justo.
isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And they don't take it.
Acercarte al espejo, a ver.
Ok. Acá.
We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right? All we see is a damned mirror. This really is just like last time. It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Rómpelo.
Claro que sí.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door.
Y la última vez que limpiamos un espejo no nos fue bien.
Scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim
No solo
path
eso
ahead.
parece.
Why am I not surprised?
Parece que debemos quedar estúpidos.
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close
¿Por qué la vez pasada éramos un señor? No, seguimos siendo un señor con garras raras. Es que la vez pasada éramos un señor raro y esta vez somos un señor raro también, pero raro distinto.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Go to her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
La segunda.
¿La segunda?
Ajá.
Ok.
¿Qué? ¿Papá?
That wouldn't be fun.
No va a pasar
I don't
nada.
want to be a monster chasing you down. I want to face you head on. I want an equal.
¿Qué?
So much better that
¿Papá?
way.
We need to get closer. She needs to see us to give chase. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
There you are.
Está bien pinche grandota.
You don't even have that little knife.
Okay.
Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. She's hungry for us. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now. We know the only way out is through the eye of the needle. And we're going to win. We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we
Claro,
leave.
como el Cruz Azul, no, ¿no es cierto?
Bloody desire.
Como las chivas.
The princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they... Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Y viene, güey.
As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The prince...
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within...
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel claw, now.
Toma la daga y a ver, échale.
Without missing a step, you grab the blade from the altar.
So you do want to fight me? Good.
No, nada.
Almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
¿Qué pasa?
You glance back at the cabin as the princess,
Salió,
singular in her
güey.
desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
¿Hacemos textote o ya las chingadas?
La segunda.
Ok.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
She charges, fully determined to end you in a single move. Left, now! As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
Está loca,
The two of you
compadre.
engage in a
Hasta
devastating
se da
flurry of
cuenta.
blows, each of you wounding the other again and again.
La cara. El Mewy.
She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening. This time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Hola.
Torre.
What?
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
El narrador desaparecía lo mismo.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here. The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
La primera.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking us. Let's just stay still.
Es que está difícil, porque siento que si miras el espejo se va a abrir otro capítulo porque allí va a estar adentro la morra esa rancia, pero es lo mismo si te acercas al espejo.
Entonces ya no me
Pues acércate al espejo.
Vale.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
No hacerle caso, a ver. Ya.
LOL.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death.
El espejo se lo va a comer.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Ahí está la princesa, tontos.
Ese es el espejo. A ver. Ahí va. Hola.
Soy gay.
Precisamente. Ok. Ahí está, mira. Ahí está Torres, dice Hiki. Ahí está Torres.
Ahí está Torres.
No.
Torres según Hiki.
Finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
¿Nos conocemos?
You are familiar,
LOL.
but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Este es el fin del mundo, pone.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
¿Qué eres?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
¿Qué crees que soy? A ver.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
¿Y qué pasa ahora?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
¿Cuánto voy a olvidar? A ver, pone.
Everything. until we meet again.
No, entonces... ¿y qué pasa si no te permito hacerme esto?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow.
Solo a ver, me enviaron a aniquilar a ver, pon esa. A ver.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
¿Quieres si te ayudo?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
De acuerdo, hazme olvidar ya. Oh,
She
Dios.
asks that I tell you to remember her.
Me pide que te diga que la recuerdes.
You won't.
No,